Probably one of the most overused cliches in sports. Defense wins championships. Well, if the Comets find a way to pull off a series win over the Walleye, they're going to look back to Monday's win and see how the defense carried them to a Game 3 victory. After a couple of decades of dominance, Smesko then getting his next opportunity to coach at women's basketball's biggest stage. Here in the WNBA is head coach of the Atlanta Dream. Well, as Ayen is continuing to embrace the world's game, it looks like part of the world is starting to take notice of the talented midfielder. Over the last couple of years, Ayen had a chance to play in front of international scouts in both Spain and the Netherlands. Brooks briefly went back to Birmingham after getting his first taste of the NBA, but then the Fort Wayne native was called back to the Pelicans for the final 12 games of the regular season, and man, did Keon leave a lasting mark with the franchise. 3 local luminaries joining football immortality, including the current head football coach with Northern Illinois, the Bishop Luers grad, Thomas Hammock, as he has joined alongside us. And Coach, what does this honor mean to you tonight to again join football immortality?
You know, this is a tremendous honor.
Jesse, you take a look at this game tonight. You guys were in it till the very end. What do you take away from this game, just knowing you went blow for blow with Toledo and you had a chance to tie things up very late?
Yeah, I mean, I liked our game tonight.
We got Coney Dogs today, and you know what? I'm going to help you check off another item on that list. We got some Powers hamburgers here, folks. We got some sliders here just for you. Yes, in its glory, we're hooking you up with the Powers big time.
I appreciate that.
And on Sunday, the Caps diving a little bit deep for some nautical nonsense. And if you aren't catching the drift already, let me ask you this, folks. Are you ready, kids? Yeah, Parkview Field turning into Bikini Bottom. You got SpongeBob SquarePants in the house, along with Dawson Kai, my son. Well, to commemorate Sid's return to the jungle, the Comets selling the Sean Sidlowski bobblehead. Now, Sid, what do you think? Have the Comets been playing pretty well lately? All right, I'm glad he agrees too. Well, after spending most of the month on the road, you could say the Comets were feeling like royalty at the jungle. And no, I'm not just putting this crown on because it's Princess Night. Now, the last 3 seasons, Wayne boys basketball has been proving themselves as the toughest team in the SAC. But no player's been embodying that toughness, quite like this guy, Orion Bragg. Now, a couple of years ago, Bragg was diagnosed with leukemia. And after months and months of chemo treatment, the Wayne standout is celebrating his biggest victory yet.
I wasn't thinking anything about cancer. I was more thinking about my birthday and how I was gonna go. But then I ended up in the hospital. I didn't hear all these news so soon.
I don't think any parent is prepared to hear your kid has cancer, whether it's leukemia or any other version. So it's like unreal. Your breath gets taken away.
The treatment's a lot. Like, you go through a lot of different experiences, like losing my hair, losing a whole lot of weight, and then you always gotta vomit or you always feel sick. So it's hard to keep your head up sometimes.
Just 15 years old, Orion Bragg's world was shaken after being diagnosed with leukemia. With the help of his family and Fort Wayne's basketball community, the Wayne High School standout was determined to leap through the biggest hurdle in his life.
My mom, even through tough times, she'd be telling me you gotta fight regardless, don't put your head down. So she always wanted me to just be active, be motivated. I had, the basketball community and I had people around me. But I also would say, like, even with people around you, still gotta have love for yourself, have motivation for yourself to even get through this thing like this.
Despite missing almost all of his sophomore season due to his cancer treatment, Orion wanted to stay as committed as possible to Wayne's boys basketball team. And somehow, someway, Bragg mustering up enough strength to play in this gym for his junior season. This past year, Bragg able to suit up for 13 games with the Generals.
Putback is good and a foul. Orion Bragg.
Anytime Ryan wanted to play, they found a spot for him when he couldn't play. You'll see him keeping scoreboard. He ref for a little bit. They always found a place where he felt like, we have a spot for you, there's a place for you.
They was really going off of how I felt, not like force me to do anything. They really was being cautious, but I wanted to play. So I just kept trying to work, kept trying to talk to them, say I'm ready, I'm good, regardless of what it seemed like.
In late July, just a little more than 2 years after his diagnosis, Orion ringing out the news that he had beaten cancer.
Yeah, it felt like a release, like I felt amazing. And then after that I had a party too, so that felt good too. I had a lot of fun with my family and friends that had went.
We had the support, we had the people, everything that we needed in place whenever it was needed. even without us knowing sometimes, because some people knew what we needed before we did. So we were blessed that even though we had all this stuff going on, we had a really great community behind us.
Keep fighting. Anybody, if you're going through anything, even I know a lot of people go through things, they don't say nothing. Always keep your head up. Don't try to put yourself down. Don't think of nothing as a negative. Always try to be positive regardless of what it looks like. Then for my team, I thank all y'all for always supporting me, always being there for me, making me laugh on my days when I was down and didn't want to be here, and contacting me even on my worst days.
Now, Ryan's currently recovering from off-season knee surgery, but still, the Wayne standout is excited to play his senior season at full strength without worrying about leukemia or chemo treatments. Josh Ayen, Wayne 15 Sports.